Hi everybody, my name is Michael Tobian. I own a company called Utah Live Bands, and I'm a musician, and we produce entertainment for events. We also work really closely with Excellence in the Community, and Jeff Whiteley had asked if I would go over some of the government resources that are available to musicians and performers who right now are basically out of work. And some of these programs are quite helpful for independent contractors and those that have their own business in industries that are negatively affected by COVID-19. So I've done a lot of research and been able to help some of the people in my industry, and so I'm happy to do that for the Excellence in the Community audience. So I'm going to go over a few things. I've got a document that will outline everything we've talked about here in more detail, and it'll give a lot of instructions about how to apply for each of these things and exactly what to do. So make sure you check out that document and watch this video. So let me quickly just go over each thing that we're going to talk about. First off, the Payroll Protection Program, which is available through the CARES Act that just passed. EIDLs, those are emergency injury disaster loans, again through the CARES Act. Stimulus checks that are coming. Collecting unemployment, even for those who may be 1099 independent contractors. Mortgage forbearance, eviction protection, and then we're going to talk about a couple other things. All right, first off, the CARES Act was recently passed as a stimulus to kind of hold up the economy while nothing's happening. And we'll see how effective it is. We have a $25 trillion economy, and the stimulus was $2 trillion. So even though that's an astronomical amount of money, it's not going to hold up the economy very long. So it all kind of depends on how long this lasts. Certainly we need to be mindful of the health issues, but if it lasts too long, we're going to really see some disastrous things happen for the economy. So they're doing what they can to hold it up. They may need to do another stimulus, I don't know. The Payroll Protection Program is for businesses and or sole proprietors, people who are just out there working, self-employed, that have employees. So if you have employees, you're going to be able to take advantage of this potentially. What it is it's a loan that's done through your bank, and it's backed by the SBA, and you're able to get 2.5 times your monthly average payroll in a loan. Then that loan is potentially forgivable if you use it for payroll, or a couple of things, rent, mortgage interest, things like that. But at least 75% of that loan has to be used for payroll. And down the road, they'll forgive the loan up to $10 million. So that's something that could be beneficial for people who have got a lot of payroll, but have no income and still want to keep people employed. That's something you're going to apply through your bank. So go to your lending institution, and they'll know all about it. Talk to your banker. That should be in effect right now. Some banks are a little behind. They're trying to catch up, but right now, in the next few days, you should be doing that. This money's going to run out at some point. So another thing that is possible for you to check out is these emergency injury disaster loans. There's not as much money allocated toward these as the at the Payroll Protection Program. But for the right person, this might be the right kind of loan for you. You're able to get, this one is you apply through the SBA, so you're going to go to the SBA's website, and every county in Utah is approved for COVID-19 disaster, and you go and you simply apply. The website's super bogged down, so it's going to take you a long time to apply for it. But that loan is also forgivable if you use it for certain things like payroll. Now, you're not going to be able to, well, actually, you can get both loans, the Payroll Protection Program loan and the Emergency Injury Disaster loan, but you can not use them both for the same thing in order to get loan forgiveness. And the loan forgiveness is specifically for a grant portion of that EIDL. So first one, Payroll Protection Program, go to your bank, talk to them about it. The Emergency Injury Disaster Loan, you're going to go straight to the SBA website and apply for that. And the document will have all kinds of things about each of those loans, and you'll be able to figure out which is best for you. Okay. Stimulus checks. If your income is under a certain amount, then you're going to be able to get a stimulus check from the government. Those are just going to come, and the amounts are in the document, but there's nothing you need to do about that. Collecting unemployment. If you are a 1099 contractor, through the CARES Act, you're going to be able to collect some unemployment if your work dried up. You just will contact Workforce Services, and the federal government's going to supplement the unemployment insurance. And I think it's Tuesday where the independent contractor aspect of this kicks in. Right now, Workforce Services doesn't really know what to do with your questions because they're trying to learn about it. And I think Tuesday is when that will kick in. So there's 3 things right there. You're not going to be able to take advantage of all 3. Some of you are going to say, I'm going to collect some unemployment. Some of you are going to say, hey, I've got some payroll. That's going to be the best option for me. But read the document and figure out what's the best option for you. And there's some instructions on how to go ahead and apply for that. All right. Mortgage forbearance. So the federal government's putting a lot of pressure on your lending institution to defer your loan payments, to offer some mortgage forbearance. Each lending institution is going to have different programs. If your loan is backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, or if it's a government loan, they're requiring that they work with you in certain ways, but pretty much every lender's got some programs right now. So you may be able to not have to pay your mortgage at all for up to a year. So if that's helpful for you, contact your bank, or excuse me, contact your mortgage provider and tell them the situation. Say, I have no income right now, I'm not able to make my mortgage. What programs do you have? Don't just, what you should not do is just stop paying your mortgage. You need to tell them, and you need to get on the program, or else they're gonna ding your credit and charge you fees and things like that. But if you can get on one of their programs, then you'll be in good shape. Okay. Eviction protection. If you have, if you rent, then there are some laws in place right now where your landlord's not able to evict you, and or able to charge late, or able to do certain things. That's something you want to talk to your landlord about, and you can research about it. Again, I put it in the document. The landlords also have some options for deferment available to them as well. So your landlord can't kick you out. Eventually you'll have to pay the rent though, because it's not a rent forgiveness situation. It's what they call it, eviction protection. Now, if you need some government assistance to pay your rent, there may be some money available through HUD. So if you contact HUD, there is some money allocated toward them for rent assistance. So that's another avenue that you can take. But I definitely, whether you have a mortgage or rent, I definitely contact the appropriate person and just ask and see what they have available to them if you're going to be struggling to pay those. Some of the cities have their own programs. I know Salt Lake City was doing up to a $20,000 loan for small businesses that had their business license in Salt Lake City, and that was a 0% interest loan for a certain period of time. I think Ogden was doing something. So check with your city that your business is located in, and see if they have anything available to you. It doesn't hurt to ask. Some aren't going to be able to have, so smaller cities aren't going to be able to do too much for you. This is a small thing, but Utah Live Bands, my company, is providing basic needs packages for anybody who might want some groceries. So if you or anybody you know is interested in some assistance, reach out. If you go to UtahLiveBands.com, that's our website, just say, hey, this person needs some assistance. Give us the address. We don't need any names. We just need addresses. We don't need to know about the situation. We'll just, anybody who's interested, we'll drop off some groceries for them. Again, that's UtahLiveBands.com. Okay. A couple of things I want to tell you about. The Utah Live Events Industry Association just got formed, and its purpose, it's a nonprofit. Its purpose is to kind of lobby for the industry, to encourage Utah leaders to kind of kickstart these events again once things calm down with the virus and once things are safe. I'm the vice president of it, and some of the big players in the industry are involved with that. So I'd go to find it on Facebook and see if you can join that group. Eventually you'll be able to join the association, but it just barely got started. So right now, join the Facebook group of the Utah Live Events Industry Association. Finally, I'm starting a musicians network called the Freelance Musician Network. It's in the process of being started. By the end of April, it'll be all up and running. It's a place to network. It's a place to learn about the business side of music. It's a place to get involved and communicate with people in the industry, in the music industry, whether you're teaching, recording, playing, whatever. That is going to be a fee-based thing. However, we're giving it away for the first few months through all of this mess. So anyway, reach out to UtahLiveBands.com. You can reach out to me at mike@UtahLiveBands.com for more information about that. Or if you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer. Go to UtahLiveBands.com. There's a form that you can fill out. I'm happy to reach out and point you in the right direction. I do want to mention I'm not an attorney or an accountant, so I can't give any legal or accounting advice. So don't consider me an expert in that area. I was a business broker for 10 years, so I'm quite familiar with the business side of the industry, or the business side of business. And again, I'm a musician, so I'm in the trenches with the rest of you. Thanks for listening. I appreciate Excellence in the community for just everything they're doing. They're doing this to help you guys, and I'm proud to be associated with Excellence and Jeff and everything that's going on. Thanks so much.